Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is DiamondDel8 with Del, and we have a new project coming back to the channel to review. So this one was unboxed recently. It is from Your Best Deals. It is a square drill project. It came in Ziploc bags, all the drills did. And yeah, so this will be very interesting. It's kind of soft and been able to settle rather quickly, this canvas. It has 17 colours, just to recap. Very simple sort of system there for our charting. Just to sort of relook at that, DMC coding and that for referencing. It's going to be interesting to see how this particular one comes up for the detail, etc. I just call Wolf and Fire as a 30 by 40. I will link everything in the description box for you guys to check out, unboxing, and the website and links to this product will be also down there for you guys. So I will start this one and show you what it looks like when it's finished. So yeah, new project from Your Best Deals. Let's go make a start. Here it is, all done, completed. It looks awesome. The image itself, I think is pretty good for this size. And I hope you enjoyed that little workup of all that little sections I was doing. I end up starting down the bottom, which is odd for me, and just decided to go through a sort of a strip up from the bottom up to the top in sections. Not particularly any amount of lines or so forth, but you know. And so I gradually built the image up that way. I think that came about because I was using the baggy system and I felt that was a bit easier. So I literally worked number ones through to 17 on that section and then moved to the next bit, next bit. So it's a little bit different way for me working it up. I'm not sure if that made me slower, but I do know that the square drills are a bit slower to work on, so that could be the factor. But yeah, generally this came up really nice. I like the image. It's not too bad for its size. I mean, it's not true 30 by 40. This is about 5 centimeters off that, so it's more of a 25 by 35 type size in this canvas here. But yeah, 17 colors is not a lot to get a lot of gradients, but I think the fur here came out really nice. The definition of these teeth looks much better in what you can see here through the camera lens, but in general when you're standing it up against a wall, you know, from a distance, it's coming across much similar, and lots of this little fire pattern looks kind of cool as well. So in general for its size, I think it turned out rather nicely. I would have loved to have seen this in a bigger image. I think this detail would come up so much nicer. Generally the matting on it, look at that, it's a beautiful shine, more than a sparkle because it's square drill. I have a beautiful shine all the way through with these drills. They are lovely in that regards. Look at that, catching the light wonderfully inside. Yeah, so that is really pretty and shiny. I like the image, the way it's come up for its size. You know, I got to allow a bit of that. I will talk a little bit more about the drills. The drills are square, but and the best part about these drills I found was the gridding and the size of the drills worked out really well. So I had no issues as far as popping. Spacing is good. Like obviously when you have a light pad, you can see a small line, but it's not large, like obvious. Once you can, you know, the images are put together, the diamond painting should be put together. So that side of it was great. The only thing I can really say about some of the drills, and there was only a few of the colours, I think it was like number 2, which was a light grey, and I'm not sure, another kind of one of the greys as well, had a few pitted type drills through it, so I had to be just mindful of not putting them on the canvas. But that was just something, you know, a little bit of that. And a couple of the other colours had slightly misshapen edges on a few of their square drills as well, so they weren't completely uniform. But that is something I will say that was in this kit. Having said that, as I'll show you shortly, there is more than ample enough drills, so you can easily pick out those little trashy ones that you don't want on your image. I don't think like the misshapen ones were that badly done that you'd probably pick up in the actual finished project, but the pitted ones you probably would. They were kind of obvious once you popped them on. I did put a few of them on and not realizing straight away, but yeah, once they sort of caught the light and so forth, you could see them that way. That is pretty much as far as I can talk about the drills. There were 17 colours in total, lots of greys, so yeah, it was a bit monotonous in that regards. The glue on this one was okay, nothing fancy, nothing great, but it was okay. I don't have any, like, nothing's moving off the spots or anything like that, so it is, you know, attaching the drills quite well. It's not super duper sticky or anything like crazy. No real large borders. This side bit here, you know, wasn't overly sticky and nuisance, so that was great. Now the main thing, I suppose, if problematic things are in here, I think that I've covered sort of pros, and cons are something I'd also look at. And for this one, I feel that the drilling field was a little on the poor side. I will pop an image here for you to see what I'm referring to. I felt that this drill field was printed very faintly, making it a little bit hard to read. I did use a light pad. Again, it still was very hard to read certain symbols. Some were okay, but some of the symbols were very hard to decipher and a little bit blurry as well. So, and on the negative print. So the negative and the blur and just not the strong print all sort of combined together and caused a bit of an issue for me to actually read some of the symbols on the kit. But yeah, perseverance and probably just slow me down a bit, but in general I was able to manage to finish the diamond painting. But you know, as I say, that would probably be the one thing that was probably difficult or somewhat issue related to this diamond painting. But that's pretty much what I can say on the pros and cons of this picture. It has turned out really nicely. I'm very, very happy with how much shine these drills have. That looks really gorgeous. I love that. The image itself, I think, has turned out nicely for its size. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, so generally I'm happy with the kit. It is a budget kit, so, you know, you are getting what you pay for with these kind of things. I'm not spent this kit, oh, for goodness. I'll add the link so that you can see the pricing for your area. But I know it was under, I'm pretty sure it was about the $10 or under mark for Australia. So having said that, it's a budget friendly kit. So I think for what you pay for, you get what you pay for in that situation. And yeah, it is good value for what you pay for, I should say. Having said that, I think that's that. The canvas side of it talked to death. But it's quite pliable. It straightened out really well, and it was nice and simple charting and DMC codes as well, so that was very handy. Yeah, there's your thumbnail. So yeah, I'll just sort of give you a quick look. I haven't really straightened them. I sort of straightened them as I went, just to keep myself going. But yeah, I haven't run the big straightener over it yet, and I think I will, because I think they're a bit wonky somewhat. But as you can see, these drills, you can roll that back and they're not sticking out or popping. There's no gaps. It's really nice in that regards. I found that very relieving in one sense, that I didn't have to deal with popping drills. That's one of the things with squares that just drives me nuts. But anyway, so that is the canvas. That is Firewolf Your Best Deals. I'm just going to just quickly go through these drills as well, and just in comparison to others. Now, this particular canvas did come in bag form, like zippy bags, and all the labels and so forth as such. So I actually left them in here because I was going to get my daughter to do it, but then she just bailed on me. I wasn't surprised about that. So I left them in the baggies and worked from there. Again, I think that's one of those things that does slow me down, but if you like to work from baggies, you can definitely do that with this kit because you're ready to go. And the thing I love about that factor is that you've got this all sort of charted and kept in a zip bag, so I can just pop them in my stash if I want to keep anything. And yeah, it's pretty good like that. So I just had them in this little tray just to keep them in order and work from there. I will just quickly go through the amounts that are left. As you can see, there is heaps of that color. This is to I think this one has had a couple of the pitted drills, a bit, not so much the back, the actual tops. When I say pitted, I don't mean the bottoms, I mean the actual tops of a couple of these were not the greatest, so I had to be just mindful. But in general, as you can say, even when I was saying there was some odd shaped edges or so forth, it's not major, and it's definitely you can definitely work with them. Lots and lots of drills, I think, left over for such a small kit. There is plenty here. That's number 7. Yeah, so it wasn't an issue that regards. So most of them are pretty darn good. So yeah, pretty darn good indeed. So it's 9. So that was one of the colours I found very difficult to find, was number 9, because of the printing and just that sort of thing where they scattered around the place. 10. There are only small amounts of that through the fire. Number 11 is that dark blue, which was sort of a surprising colour for me to have in this kit, but that goes sort of a bit of the back shadings, and that I think it does actually help the image. And I think it wouldn't be so pixelated on a bigger size. That's 12, 13, 14, that's 15, 16. That was a huge amount of these in this bag. This was absolutely full, but I've still got a lot of those left over as well. And 17 is our final colour we'll have a look at. And yeah, these were quite nice. I don't think the actual colour ones are any issue. It's just a few of the greys. So there we go. That is all the leftover drills ready to go back into the stash or whatever you want to do, because they're all Ziploc bagged. As I said, I just set them in a tray like that, kept them in order. You can kit up, you can do anything, whichever way you like to set up for your diamond painting. But yeah, in general, yeah, it wasn't too bad. So I think I've covered most pros, cons and so forth with this diamond painting. I hope you enjoyed looking at this workup and review of this one called what I call Firewolf, from Your Best Deals. This is where I got it from. That is my tags, so I put them on, as you know, just so I can identify which piece I'm working on and from whom. Yeah, so generally it is a very nice little completion. I'm quite happy with the end result. So that, I think, is the most important out of everything. My end result, all my work has pretty much paid off, and I've got a really nice image finished. I will be framing this one and putting this in my daughter's room, because that is why I've actually got this image in the first place, is because she actually liked it off the website. And there were so many to choose from. I let her have a pick, and she picked this one. So I think it turned out pretty good for its size. Happy with that. Okay, guys, I will add the links to this diamond painting and the website. There will also be discount codes, etc. in there, so check out the description box for those. And I will attempt to also find the unboxing of this one, and you can have a look at that at the beginning of where it all, you know, how it's all first arrived, basically. I suppose that's one way of putting it. All right, guys, so I'll say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this workup and review of Firewolf from Your Best Deals. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Stay well, be safe, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Great to have you all here. Have a great day. Bye for now.